Hey everybody, I'm Mike Lavallee from Killer Paint. Today I'm going to show you how to paint stone using the new Killer Grunge FX spray from our tool and myself. When you buy the can, it's going to have two lids in it. It'll have the little nozzle, which is the fine splat, and you'll have the fat splat, which is the bigger nozzle. Okay, so when you get it, you're going to hear a little bit of rattling in the lid. Don't lose that. Don't lose that little nozzle. You're going to need it. So basically what this is, it's a liquid mask. You spray down on the surface, take your paint, you spray over it. It'll go in a model effect, and when you paint flashes, you wipe it off and you'll have a pattern. It's super fast, super easy, and let's just get to it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is my fairing here for the Charlie Davidson has been prepped. I'm going to move this piece here. This is what we're going to be doing. The same effect. You can see all the different textures in there. The cracks are added later on, but it looks super complicated, but it's probably one of the easiest things to do out there next to the water drop effect. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the lid. Sorry. I'm going to change the lids from the fat splat to the fine splat. You just carefully place it on there, make sure it's not pointed or you shoot yourself in the face. Okay? Make sure you have plenty of paper towels. Paper towels, your FX spray, and your spray gun. Sometimes if you're doing a lot of parts, it helps if you have two people working on this. So one person sprays and wipes off, and the other one just paints. That way there, you don't, if you wait too long to wipe off the paint, it tends to want to skin up on you, and you have these little pieces of skin that you got to flick off later on. Okay? But just watch how this works. Super easy. Give the can a shake, and then I'm just going to spray the effect spray all over the entire surface. Now if you watch, you'll see this pattern forming, and it expands, and whatever's white will be blue, or the base color, and whatever is blue will be the color you're painting down. Okay? So I want to wait till it gets to just the right pattern that I want, which looks pretty good right about there. Oops, we're going to start the boot. Just spray over it. Now you want to do light layers. Blow it off a little bit. Take paper towel. Now watch this. Here comes the magic. Boom. And it's dry. Look at that. And there's no, you can hardly feel any texture at all. So that took a matter of seconds to do. So now what you do is you do another layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fine splat again, shake it up, and this, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stall the trigger. By stalling it, I mean I'm going to choke it off a little bit. So I'll start to push it down, and then I'll pull back on the trigger, and it'll make these little speckled effects. And I kind of shake the can. Make sure you get it all over the place. And then I'll just spray again. Another light layer. You don't do solid layers, do light layers. Because you want them to be transparent. I'm just using air to splash on my paint. Okay. Paper towels. See how easy this is? Now you can see the first layer, which is darker. Then you can see the second layer, which is lighter. Now we're going to do another layer. This time I'm going to spray a uniform spray over the whole piece. Wait for it to do its thing. You'll see that it'll start to open up. It's a little hard to see sometimes when you're using white because the effect spray is white. But if you look at it from the side, you'll see it opening up. You'll see the highlights and the shadows. Here we go. We can start to see it opening up right there. Sometimes you can help it by doing stuff like this, and it'll start to break open. We're just going to give it a couple of seconds here. And once it starts going, it really goes. You'll notice it'll start to really open up. If you blow air on it, some people blow air on it. If you blow air on it, it won't do exactly what it's supposed to do. But there's so many different ways to use this that you can get a different effect by blowing on it. You can get a different effect by running your hand through it too. All right, I think that's about where I want it. Now, when you wipe it off, you don't want to be gentle with it. You want to kind of scrub it a little bit, but not too hard where you're going to scratch through your paint. So you can see now you got all these different layers, all the little speckled effects. You got the first layer, the second layer, the third layer. And the good thing about this spray, as opposed to, say, a template, which has its limitations, it's really good, but it has its limitations, is this spray will grab 360 degrees around something. It will stay there. It won't, it won't be stiff where you can't bend it around a corner. So it's great for getting into curves like this, into door jams, a lot of compound curves. You can see where it grabs all up in here where the headlight's going to cover anyways, but I did the dashboard of this thing where it went into the gauge clusters. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to turn up the pressure a little bit. I'm just going to give it a fine spray. Uniform white. But not enough to kill it. Okay. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to do some fat splats. We're going to use the fat splat nozzle. Okay. And we're going to put down a big foamy splotches and paint around them so it'll make just like a wide pattern instead of all these little tiny ones. Okay? Now, I kind of let that sit up like whipped cream. Now I'm going to shoot a fine spray over the top. And you can see these big open areas now. So now it looks like a different a look in the stone. You can eliminate that and just do the small ones if you want, or you can just do the big ones. Either way, it'll work, okay? It's just limited to your imagination. Play with it, do different layers. What I do is I will take this and finish this up, and I'll add a layer of blue pearl, like a white blue pearl, to give it a shimmer like the stone was polished. Then I gotta do a Celtic symbol in here that's gonna look like it's carved out of the stone. So we'll show that to you when it's all done, but for the most part, I just got a couple little things I want to do on this, but we'll call this one good, and we'll show you the project when it's finished. Grunge FX spray. There we go. You can get Killer Grunge FX spray at www.coastairbrush.com. You'll find that there's plenty of uses for this thing other than stone. I've used it for alien skin, sand, rocks, rust, interesting backgrounds for paintings. Get some. You're going to love it.